in that band, but not friends with Fred Durst. And if there was any women in the band, they were racist too. We got a lag boot too. Is he hanging around?
Here.
Oh, what up, lag boot? How you been?
Doing good.
Glad to hear it. So, what did you guys do? How's this week been? Should we get into the game? What's up?
Yeah, pretty much same old, hanging out inside, doing stuff.
We got to do any shout outs? There's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on.
There's a lot going on in this game too. What happened last week?
We went into the aqueduct, and then we found some creatures that were similar to the one that we found outside, spreading plant death. And we're like, oh, should we beat them up? Should we not? I don't know. And Delaware was like, seems like it's just an animal. And Lagboot was like, I'm gonna go play with one. And then that didn't work out so hot. And we chased it and found its mother, and we beat her up too.
Yeah, you did. Things mommy did not make it. All right, so you guys are down here in this very pleasant sewer, made a little less pleasant than these marauding beasts have taken up residence in it. But they don't need no residence now because they are mostly destroyed. There's still some stragglers outside. I mean, you know, since they were running around. But the core, the root of the infestation does look to be murdered with extreme prejudice, leaving a big hole in the ground. Gross.
Can we do some I don't know, alien autopsy investigating? See if we know if this thing is like, I don't know. Can we
We'll light this
I don't know,
spliff.
learn anything
Poked
from
up. We got to light this spliff.
Yeah. What when you say alien autopsy, what do you want to do? You want to chop into the thing and see how many hearts it has, or you want to smell its poop to see what kind of scat it? I don't know. I'm not.
The Jurassic Park method.
I want to.
Yeah, I'm not a ranger.
I want to
so
taste its poop.
Very demonic of you.
You definitely don't want to, Lagboot. I don't know if we can. I was going more with the poke it with a stick, maybe cut it open.
I want to eat its ass.
All right, who's got some sort of good skill that will assist in this task of learning more about this monster by chopping it up? Profession vivisectionist, maybe? I don't know. Or I guess it's dead now, so.
Yeah, it would just be alien autopsy. I don't know, maybe a knowledge planes.
Yeah, I have a
nature or something like that.
I have a really powerful knowledge I could do.
So yeah, why don't you roll a knowledge nature, and everybody who's got at least 5 on knowledge planes, it's going to give you a +3 bonus.
So I have knowledge nature. I'll just roll knowledge nature. I feel like this is
All right.
Chris, do you have a +5 knowledge planes?
I mean, all told, it's +16.
Nice. Yeah.
I have a number, yeah. So, all right, I'll do that.
So are you guys just using this where she fell as your operating theater?
Yeah.
I'm drinking Night Warden, whiskey barrel aged stout from Avery. It's freaking awesome.
A moment from our sponsors.
Mm-hmm. Way better than last week's sponsor, Space Cowboy by Left Hand. It was a little too dank for me. Boy, you guys are rolling swell. All right. So yeah, you flip her onto the gurney and you sanitize the scalpels and whatnot. You remove the chitinous exoskeleton. Very much like demon fingernails that you recall from your excursions into hell. But you guys have some clinical dialogue, and the basic results of pulling this thing off is the biological function of this beast is actually somewhat similar to beings on the chaos side of the Outlands. And you guys had that moment where you like stared at each other like, chaos side of the Outlands. Whoa.
Something that my character knows that I have no idea what it is.
Okay, so maybe you didn't share that knowing glance first, but do you guys want a little cosmology tour here real fast? Not cosmetology, but let's see here.
I'll take either.
Yeah, at this point in time, we're all a little shaggy. All right, let me pull up some images here. You guys say some interesting science stuff in the meantime.
So, gentlemen, it looks to me like yeah, the carapace goes down to the thorax, and it's gooey.
Yeah, the thoracic vertebrae seems to have an extra plate. Oh shit! It's got two dicks.
And it's a mom.
That's fucking throwing me off, man.
Pictures are so small. Okay. Save it anyway, and then upload it, and then we'll take a look at it.
While we're also doing this, I'm gonna go ahead and dump a third level spell to heal myself up a little bit.
Sounds good. You did get smacked pretty hard by that mama with two dicks.
I got smacked around a lot. Ooh, that's pretty good. Everybody else feeling okay?
I believe.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, nobody else got hurt. You were singularly the one who couldn't handle it.
I'm gonna do one more third level healing.
All right, so I'll give you guys a little cosmology here. So this is the great wheel of all of the planes. The up above is where all of the prime material planes exist, where you are now, where you guys all came from, and below what we see here, like in this area down here and below, are the hells and heavens and everything. The eventual resting place of souls. And kind of in the meantime, as people die up here in the prime material plane, they kind of like fall and end up in the Outlands, as their souls get selected and sifted and weighed and measured, and it's decided where they end up for eternity. So the Outlands are are various lands of immortals, but it is more similar to the prime material worlds of mortality than they are to the lower planes. And when I say lower planes, it includes places like heavens and the lawful and good aligned planes as well. So very strange creatures, really mythically dangerous monsters come from, or at least exist on the Outlands. It is possible for them to arrive here in the prime material planes, obviously, as they exist here now. You could expect potentially great wizards or other magical feats summoning these for whatever purposes. The Outlands are also aligned like the outer planes are. As you get closer to, say, the carcery side of the Outlands, it starts looking more like hell. So you got a fluid transition of like what you'd expect to see in a mortal realm and what you'd expect to see in the immortal realms. And actually on the rim here, all the way around, there are essentially cities that are gates into the hell town, or the hells and heavens and things like that. And there's like a fluid transition from the Outlands into the outer planes. It's a little bit more peaceful than the Blood War, but it's still pretty wild stuff. So.
All right. So I'll just, for the fun of it, cast Detect Magic in here too. See if he's magical, anything else. The goop is magical.
Yeah, the beasts are radiating fair amount of magic in their corpses and carcasses. Kind of druidy, planty stuff. And it's fading as they're dying. As they're dead. Snuffed out.
Yo, let's sprinkle some of this shit on the yo, guys.
Autopsy.
Yeah, let's
What's up?
Sprinkle some of that magic dust on one of our bowls later. Get really hot.
Try it out, grind it up.
Do we think that she, like, does it seem like she got plopped in here or sent in here or something, and then the rest of them were kind of spawned from her?
Dave, I have one question. Sorry.
No, please.
When you're just before we and I don't mean to interrupt you, Dylan. I want to, while we're thinking about while you were giving us the cosmology, how does limbo play into the fit in with everything?
That is a good question. Are you talking specifically about like the John Milton kind of limbo, or the limbo as exists in our game specifically?
Yeah, I mean the limbo from the source material from which I drew the feat, the planar infusion.
So limbo, I believe, is a plane of chaos.
Mm-hmm.
And the Githzerai come from there. I'm gonna look it up. Let's see here. Sorry, you put me on the spot.
Apologies. I just
quite
wanted. All right. That was not my intent.
Okay, so it borders. So it is the chaotic neutral outer plane, and it is connected to Zeus in the Outlands. So it borders the chaotic good aligned plane of Isgard and the chaotic evil plane of Pandemonium. it's it's a place where souls with like absolutely no direction go. The chaos shield of like arrows everywhere and stuff like that. It's a very confusing place. As I said, the Githzerai and the Githyanki, the two like outer plane mortal beings, come from this plane, and there's very strong psychic powers. What are you? Feel free to look it up. Like, just look up like Planescape Limbo, and we'll stick with whatever you're interested in. Dylan.
Sorry, Dylan. Get back to what you were.
Oh, yeah. Do we think this is the root cause? She's the root cause of this monster infestation going awry?
Yeah, it's funny you say root cause, because like thinking that these are kind of like plant-based like beings rather than like animal, more plant than animal. You think that perhaps like a seed somehow just even blew from the Outlands and ended up here somehow, like through the thinning of the plains. And if these are in fact limbo beasts, then potentially chaos is encroaching on the land of the Seven Kingdoms and the Song of Ice and Fire stories being torn apart by D&D itself.
Serves them right.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, actually,
One other point. So if it is in fact plant-based, you hope it's a seed analogy, because if it's like some other method of plant propagation, such as suckering, or like, then theoretically there's already a root from a like chaos tree or chaos plant that is like tapping into this world, and that will be a conduit for a lot more, even though you killed this particular animal.
But not like in this village, more like somewhere out there in the world.
You need a pretty freaking good druid to give you a definitive answer on that.
Word.
What do you think,
guys? Do we
Funny.
Hey, could you I seem to recall now that I did take some damage looking at my stats here. I'm pretty hurt. I was wondering if you could spread some good vibes over me.
Oh yeah, man, totally. How hurt are you looking?
I'm feeling about. I'm almost like I'm halfway dead.
Use a metaphor of like, if you had hit points, how many would you be missing? Fucking metagame the shit out of that.
Somewhere around 20.
Okay. Yeah. We can.
Positive
of the kind of spell you want to use.
Channeling positive energy. I couldn't remember what you always say, but then you say, "Hold on, I'm going to channel." That's what I need you.
I see your contribution to the team, Lagboot. I think you are the soul of what's the name of this adventuring party?
Wait.
I remember it ain't nothing to fuck with.
It was something really stupid.
Oh,
Delaware came up with it.
Badass who use magic.
Yes, that's what it was. Dude, come on.
Badass dudes who use magic, who ain't nothing to fuck with.
There's 12 hit points back, Lagboot.
Thank you.
Do you need a little more?
It's a little bit of a shoulder massage. Give him there.
Yes, sir. I'm still kind of hurting. I could use maybe one more of those.
You also.
Oh yeah.
You a cure.
Let me. Oh yeah. So I reach into my. Yeah, I reach into my bag. Yeah, I reach into my bag and I pull out the little token that he made me, and I use that one more time as well.
That's a 1d8 plus 9 for cure light wounds.
Toke him if you got him.
And you just dump a first level spell.
All right, 16
Hey.
hit points. Got it. So I am back to full. Thank you, guys.
Chris, I noticed you are still in your elemental form. Let me fix that real fast.
So does as we were poking and prodding and anally probing the other creature, was there any sign like
You're breaking up pretty bad. I'm gonna have to ask you to start this whole train of thought over.
I was just saying, as we were, playing around and examining the mother creature, was there a sign that, like, I'd be looking for signs that she was somehow, like, where, if she was, like, based in this, like, was there any connection to this location? Or did it, for all I could tell, she just wandered in?
So the fact that she is like a plant beast makes sense, since like this particular realm is the New Jersey of the town of the Seven Kingdoms. High Garden and the Reach, where they grow, the breadbasket. So that thins the plains between, if that makes sense. It's harder for a being from a fire domain to walk across the threshold and find themselves in an ice world in the primaterial plane, even with the planes thinning, because it's like that association. It's like that creates the conduits. Like what am I thinking of? The way synapses, strengthen their bonds by firing coincidentally. By magic begets what the environment of the magic is. So I don't think it would be entirely, you don't want to discount that as an obvious reason that this monster is here rather than in some other kingdom. If and if you want to make some claims about Stormsgate for having a tumor giant and Dorne for having a hangover headache giant, you could. Do you want to dig deeper than that, though? What do you look at?
I was thinking, like, this room, like, was there signs, like, as a plant creature, she was rooted to this room somewhere, or was there any sign that she she looks like there's a came into this room, or that she walked, like, is there anything that would why she's in here?
If you are very curious, there is that hole in the ground. It is
that's gonna be my next move.
Has not been plumbed yet, so it is deeper than you are currently aware, and perhaps spelunking into it could yield some answers.
Yeah, that's that. What do you guys think? That was gonna be my next move.
You want to
look in the hole?
Remember, it's gonna look back into your hole.
When you start by peering into the hole.
Mm-hmm. If you gaze into the abyss, and they wave back.
Yeah. I guess let's take a peek.
Yep.
All right, who wants to spelunk, and who's got a plan for getting down there and climbing back out?
Oh, I'm just gonna look first.
It's dark. It is obviously deeper than you can see, even if you have some sort of dark vision or magical vision to make it not dark. You can drop something.
Yeah, I have
one of them dancing lights down there.
Yeah, I cast dancing lights. It's 4 lanterns come out of my hands and basically all drift down in a square pattern, one on each side of the tunnel.
Yeah, you gotta give them some music to dance to. Yeah, these lights are feeling it. They start heading down there, and you see them go down 60 feet, 100 feet, 180, 300 feet, and then they're like, pretty much too far away to see. If they hit a limit of the spell, like they'll hit it without seeing anything other than cavernous, craggy, mossy, moss-covered walls with lichen and drippings from the ceiling.
100 feet.
That's how far you see them go down, and you see how far their light goes too. Say another 100 feet.
Hey,
So Dave,
Delaware.
yeah, I just rolled on a knowledge engineering to see if I have any idea why there would be a bottomless pit in this aqueduct.
Makes a great sink for things you want to get rid of, I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
if you could just throw a bottomless pit in places, you can definitely think of some engineering uses you could,
It just seems like if the water got high enough, it would be a problem.
Yeah. If there's no source, if there's a closed ecosystem in this world, which you're aware that there are absolutely worlds that are not closed ecosystems, worlds that would be barren of life if they did not have light and heat piped in from other worlds, and there are worlds that would be absolute deserts without any living things if they didn't have water piped in. There are these like ancient and permanent gates all over the place. And if George R. R. Martin really wanted to, he could have found or built or designed this world to be completely self-contained and a fully closed ecosystem. And if that were the case, the existence of this pit, if it is indeed bottomless, would eventually destroy this world. But also, if there's a source of water that is extraplanar in nature, then it might be part of an ecosystem that spans multiple universes.
All right. So it's sort of still a mystery. All right. What do we want to do?
Does it look like this was built? Like this bottomless pit was built when the rest of this aqueduct was built? Does it like stonemasonry and no?
No, it does look like around the edge, and for the first couple of feet down, it looks like masonry. But then either they found this pit and decided to build their aqueduct sewers around it, or it's a recent addition. That being, this was a pit that has existed in other places and only recently became terminated in this sewer.
Guys, I wonder if something down there is what's causing all these monsters to come into the kingdoms. Maybe we should explore it further down there, but I'm terrified.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be really hard to get back up here if you go down there. You could throw a fireball down there.
Well, fireball.
I mean, what's the range on that bad boy?
Oh, 400 feet plus 40 feet per level, so 600,
Shit,
600 feet.
It is the answer to everything.
It is.
Fucking
Good
let's
thing you picked that
go. All right.
spell.
All right. So with a flourish, I go, oh, cast a fireball in the hole.
Nice.
A
It goes all the
controlled
way down.
fireball.
Oh, it does go all the way down still.
And then I peer over to see if I can see if it opens up at the bottom or if it just keeps going.
Now it goes all 400 feet, explodes, sends some backdraft back up the tube, if that's the technical term for that, or whatever it is, and it seems to blaze down there for quite a while. It does catch some lichen on fire, as perhaps something producing a miasma. Something, if you wanted to try to collect, you could potentially use to enhance the synergy between Brock's bombs and your fireballs down the line.
Oh, really? Yeah. So I don't really have a way to catch that though. It's like a
I'm
gas.
saying if someone was to fly down there,
Oh, I
they
see.
could scrape some of the lichen off of the wall and
Oh, okay.
breed it and cultivate it.
So, I mean, guys, I guess we got two options. I mean, I guess we got three options. Like, the first one being the just not talk about the hole in the ground. Like that's an option. Option two is like we could go down there, but like I don't know, man. You might just keep going down and down and down, and then your fly spell ends its duration, and you just fall forever. Or we, bury this and close it up because it seems like maybe stuff's leaking in from other places. Like, this Seven Kingdoms world's kind of a terrarium that is its own place, and then like someone poked a hole in it and put some fire ants in there. So,
Yeah. I think plugging it might be a good idea, and then we can go over and see what the hell's people are talking about with this giraffe beast.
yeah, I guess the other thing too is we probably, I don't know, from autopsying the mother creature, do we think that all the babies are gonna like die because she's not around, or are they like is one of them gonna turn into the queen bee now, or is
Definitely
do we know
good
anything?
question. I
Yeah.
will say that they're easy to track. They leave a trail of wilting destruction wherever they go. So figuring out how many there are on the loose still will not be difficult. And as you probably remember, it is much easier to kill them when they are in their just like droney wild form rather than their mommy making form, if they do indeed transition. And since they are plant-based, there's no reason to believe that they require some sort of biological companionship in order to reproduce.
Well, what do you think, Delaware? Do we plug this hole?
Yeah, and with something that can be reopened later, and we just remember that there's a hole that we can go exploring. If we need to see if other things are leaking in, or this is like a portal to another realm, or if it's in deep bottomless. That's terrifying, though. I don't want to go further than 400 feet down a little fucking tube. No, that was almost 600 feet down, and it didn't hit the bottom, guys. So let's. I don't.
Yeah, I don't want to fall into the abyss.
I don't want to fall into the abyss.
Well, when you do, it falls into you.
Like,
Yeah. So what can we use to plug this hole, guys?
Well, I got to redo my spells. Like sleep and then
Yeah, I don't want
good,
to.
but
I
then
don't want to
can
sleep down here.
then I can use stone shape and basically make
Make a
make all of
plug,
this.
a cork for it, a
Yeah.
stone cork.
Yeah.
What
Yep.
about you, Delaware? What can you do? to plug the hole right now.
Again, if I recoup my spells, I could
turn into a rock elemental.
turn into an earth elemental, and then as an earth elemental, maybe I'd be able to help the earth around to close up the top of the hole.
Well, how about I just shoot another fireball at the roof and cave this bitch in?
Well, I think
so that the town's
putting-
town's hydration will keep going.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, you'll probably collapse the town.
No, the whole entire realm falls into the hole.
Well, no, just whatever is above the hole, and then whatever you're trying to collapse will fall.
And it could like mess up the whole aqueduct, and they got a nice thing going.
Okay. All right. So let's see. How is the body of the mama fairly substantial? Can we just shove her in the hole and like stuff it? You know.
Yeah, she's big enough that she was fully covering the hole, like sitting on it, maybe pooping into it when you guys surprised her. But since you guys have already started disassembling her, you can definitely break her down into whole-size pieces and dispose of the body in that way.
Do we see any any large boulders or anything like that, or loose stones that are big enough to maybe cover over it, or any wood laying around?
Nope, neither.
Oh, I was gonna put a 4x8 of plywood with a tire on it.
Yeah.
That would keep anything out. Well, what do you say, guys? We go,
with a tire on top.
Yeah.
Hey,
put a tire.
bro. Nothing's getting out of that hole, man.
Yeah, don't make the mistake of using a pylon.
There's not enough forearm strength. Nothing has that much.
Yeah. Shall we go like destroy all of these things in the aqueducts, and then rest, and then I'll stone shape up this hole so it's just like a smooth, 8-foot deep concrete plug.
Yeah, that'll work for me, and then we can move on.
Mm-hmm. So should we, on our way out of here, should we go after that one that retreated?
We should definitely look around and make sure there aren't any
there's the
down
one that
there.
retreated, and then there's the half dozen or so that were outside before you went down here.
Okay, I think I can. I think it was back in this hallway. That he was. Let's see if he's over there, guys.
Let's do it.
So yeah, that one that you were looking for is just cowering off in some corner. I don't know. Hasn't left the sewer yet. Say back up here.
Let's kill it.
Yay, murder.
Pardon me.
Yay!
How do you want to do it? How do you want to minimize your? So it only has like melee range, so you can stick out and lob spells or shoot arrows or lasers.
Yeah, I'd like to pull out my little hand crossbow that I've got in my bag.
Yeah.
That we got.
And then so he's gonna pull out his little hand crossbow. Are you gonna shoot it? Like
my drow one, yeah. I'm gonna the drow hand crossbow and shoot at it.
Didn't you get that in hell?
Like, yeah, we got that. We made them. Yeah, I think I might even have some special arrows for it. I'm just gonna shoot regular arrows.
I'll look at Lagboot and I'll be like, Lagboot, dare to dream bigger, darling, and pull out my ridiculous composite longbow of brilliant energy and fire.
It's like shining and shit. It's like fucking sparkling.
Yeah. And,
an aura of magic.
All right, you Mary Poppins that shit and make short work of this beast. We don't even have to roll it. I mean, unless you want it to get in melee range with you. You guys are
We
smarter
probably
than it.
overwhelmed it with arrows, I would imagine, right?
Yeah.
It was already
I think
hurt.
we're just gonna keep doing that with all the other.
Yeah, I mean, I could fire things at it too. Like I could just stand back and
Lasers.
All right, let's reset the scene. You guys are back up top. There's where everything went. You expected Tyrion to be hanging out over here, but instead there's just some frickin' raven sitting underneath the tree. You know what that means? Voicemail.
So yeah, I go over to the raven and check on its legs to see if there's any messages.
Yeah, it's from Tyrion. He's like, gentlemen, it has come to my knowledge that shifting political tensions at King's Landing have required me to return. I don't want to use the insurrection word, but that's what I'm afraid of. At any rate, please, I've sent word of your imminent arrival at Highgarden, and they will be waiting for you there. There should be no trouble, assuming your title. And I hope to catch up with you soon.
Man, can't these guys like get out of level 3 of civilization? Like we're still like dealing with this crap.
So,
Insurrections and stuff.
should we write a letter back and say, "Hey, cool man, holla if you hear me"?
Let's write a letter back and be like, what do you guys think? We go deal with the giraffe?
Yeah, just say,
and
let
go
us know
back
if
to
you
King's
need
Landing?
us. Let us know if you need us. But for now, we're gonna take care of the rest of these beasts, and we'll be heading to Hardgarden.
Well, I think we take care of the giraffe beast, then we go back to King's Landing.
Oh
and see
yeah,
what's
yeah.
up.
So we take care of the rest of these beasts that are spreading things around this town. Probably round them up really quickly. Camp so you get your spell, and then we head off to the. You just want to leave the hole open for now?
No, when we get our spells back, we can close up the hole.
Okay, we close the hole in the morning, and then we take off towards the giraffe beast. What do you guys say to that?
That sounds good to me. What do you think, Delaware?
Yep, I like it.
Okay, do we camp down by the hole just in
Don't
case
tell
anything comes
anyone
out
about
we
the
can kill
hole.
it?
No, I don't think we should
Well,
camp
yeah,
by
no.
the hole. I don't want to sleep in the sewer. Let's sleep under this nice tree over here. We'll make a fire. We'll put up some tents and actually like do it up tonight a little bit.
All right. The one thing you guys are overlooking is that the sun does not seem to be setting.
Oh, well, we gotta drink ourselves to
All
sleep
right.
or something, gentlemen.
Does anyone have any ability to make magical darkness that we could make?
I do.
magically
I
dark?
think I do. Hold up. Let me look at. Hold on. Maybe. No, actually, I don't. I had the option to take that. Oh no, I don't. No. But I could cast sleep on us. I think. Yeah, I have a first level sleep spell.
Now let's just go back into the church
and
where
then close the
Burgermeister
curtains. Yeah, and close the curtains. They have to have a place to sleep. Right?
Yeah.
We'll just cast a sleep. I could just cast a sleep spell into the mirror and bounce it back at all of us guys.
I love that plan. All right, so y'all return. Everyone has enjoyed your repast. People are still picking at it. You know, they're finally getting around to trying hummus.
He's got a frying pan with eggs and shit. That's fucking great, dude. I love it.
The people in town, the Burgermeister, are like, "What ho, brave adventurers! What news of this epic battle you've undertaken?"
Yeah, we've got the beasts at bay, man. We're gonna have to do a little more cleanup work tomorrow, but we just need to take a little
Well,
snooze.
I'll tell you what, we've killed most of them, Burgermeister. Do you think you and your men can round up the rest of the stragglers? It only takes a few arrows to finish them off, sir.
Nay, sir. We found them impervious to all of our attempts. We did try shooting them with arrows. We tried hitting them with a pesticide, dispersed in a atomizer. None of it seemed effective.
All right. Well, we can't sleep yet, gentlemen. We need to be outside and take care of the rest of the stragglers tonight before we can come in here and try and pull the curtains down and get some shut-eye. What do you think?
All right,
I mean,
yeah.
we do need to kill the rest of those, wander off and destroy the countryside. Because their path, it leaves a wake of wilted. And this is a very lush area, so we need to kill them as quickly as possible. So unless you're super tired, if you're super tired, but I think we can go out there and finish them off. What do you think?
Yeah,
Do you have
man.
any inkling how far away they are?
Yeah, when we were outside, did we happen to see like any trails leading off, like fresh trails, or how far they went, or
No, you based off of how you saw them lumbering on their land speed, you're pretty sure with a couple of fly spells you can catch up to them pretty quick, and no rolls required on tracking them down. You'd have to deliberately mess that up, following the trail that they leave.
okay.
What was the biggest, like the second biggest spire in town? Because this is like the biggest one, right?
Let's go
Like
look
this
at
was
that.
the biggest tower.
I guess it's mostly chimneys. Other than that, a lot of.
So this church has the tallest. It's got like a bell tower, if I recall.
Yep.
Okay. What's the second tallest building?
There's like a chemist shop with a really tall chimney, I guess. I mean, everything else is one story here. So
Okay. Is that like a 2-story building though?
the chemist's, no, it's still
Yeah.
one story. Oh yeah, okay, so yeah. There's some 2 stories. The chemist has his apartments above his shop.
Let's go in there, guys. I got a plan.
Oh, are you going to keep it, to yourself, and it's going to be a surprise? I kind of like that. Let's go. You're going to be super vague, and then tell us when we get there, and it's going to be like horrible fucking idea.
Yeah.
So it's going to be like,
it, man.
Let's do it.
you're not supposed to understand it. It's a riddle right now.
He's like,
But
guys,
later you'll be like, oh, stars above.
we need to head to the second tallest building in the town. Let's go.
All right, you're there at the second tallest building. The chemist is out. He's actually in the church right now.
I figured everyone was. Is there anything explosive in this chemist's building?
Minor amount.
Okay, that's good. Let's go up to the roof, guys.
Okay, I'm liking this idea so far. I'm feeling this.
Yeah, I like all the buzzwords I'm hearing.
Yeah, you got me interested.
You guys are on the roof of the building that has a small amount of explosives inside.
All right, this is going to be a paradigm shift of warfare, gentlemen.
What?
All right, I'm gonna
just dropped a bomb on us.
I'm gonna attempt to make the whatever kind of like sound or call that the monsters had.
Okay.
You know, like because they like did some kind of trumpeting.
What technique are you going to use to reproduce this sound?
Well, I'm gonna be like, hey Lagboot, you got any of that clarion call magic that you can amplify my voice?
I don't think it works like that. I don't think that works like that, unfortunately. I think I have to have the attention.
Let's look it up.
Oh,
Oh, hold on. So the subject of the spell gains 2 benefits. The effective creature gains the ability to create a sound like the blast of a mighty horn. Okay, so and you can second the subject can speak in a booming voice that carries over great distances. There you go. So yeah, clarion call. I have that spell. It's a touch spell, and I was like, oh yeah, you want me to make you loud? No problem, man. I like, and I touch him on the sleeve.
Clarion call.
Clarion
I'll be
call.
I'll be like, "What up, dogs?"
What up,
Gabriel
what
here,
up, dogs?
podcasting from Ashford, and then I'll do a sound call for these beasts.
Using your knowledge of nature check.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, roll that.
All right, I'm gonna do the what is it? I got a thing. Luck domain. Okay, I can roll twice and take the more favorable results.
All right. What else can you have? What else can you get to make this plan work even better?
Well, I got a 20 the first time, so yeah, a 20 nature check.
What up, dogs? Still stuck on that.
Oh man.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Nobody has any additional magic or anything to assist with this
I can
sound making.
I mean, I can
reroll
cast
one
tongues on him.
as an immediate action. You can reroll any 1d20 you have just made before the results of the roll are revealed. You must take the result of the reroll, even if it's worse than the original. You can use this ability once per day at 6th level, and 1 additional time per day for every 6th level. So I can reroll it twice as well.
Well,
That's a
I could cast tongues on him to make sure he sounds exactly like it. The touched creature is granted the ability to speak and understand the language of any intelligent creature, whether it is a racial tongue or a regional dialect.
I'm pretty sure that precludes these. I don't think that this falls into intelligent creature. It's more of a speak with animals kind of thing.
Oh yeah, tongues do not enable the subject to speak with creatures who don't speak either, so they might not even speak. Okay.
Don't speak. I know what you're thinking.
all right.
So you're gonna do
What's
your.
what's
24.
the range? What's the range on the helm of telepathy?
Well, let me look that up.
Do we think we could broadcast this into the heads, into the minds of these things?
Yeah, just say, "Mama's here, come to Mama." Is that what you're gonna say? Let's just bring him in here. That would be perfect.
Yeah.
And then just bring them all back to the town square, and I'll just fireball
Worth
them.
a shot, right?
Yeah.
Telepathy is detect thoughts and suggestion, which once again is not good for frickin' interfacing with animals.
Well, I'm up to a 24.
Yeah, the 24 is good. You felt confident. You are trying to make a kind of a all clear / come hither kind of call with a monster you've only heard distressed calls from, and you were only made aware of their existence less than 24 hours ago. Felt good about it, but after making the sound very loud, ringing off the the hills, and you hear the echoes fading and dying away, and then the minutes pass without any sign that it has called or it has had any effect on the monsters out there in the field.
You mean we gotta do this the old-fashioned way? I say to everybody.
I mean, it's either that or tomorrow I do speak with plants spell and all this clarion call and ridiculousness.
Yeah, we could call him. Just let him have one last night to live.
If they are
Alright.
if they are fleeing, though, they might not be in the range of the clarion call after you sleep for 8 hours.
We could go out there, fly around for a bit, and swoop in on them. What do you say, guys?
Death from above?
We could. I think
Alright.
I can still cast fly again.
Yeah, as long as you guys got the spells to keep you guys mobile and safe from these things, you can clear it up. You can clear it all tonight. Or clear it all before you guys need to crash.
I can fly one more time.
I believe I can fly.
Do you have two? So you have one for Delaware?
I don't know how many times I can cast it per day, actually, as a sorcerer.
You can cast it. It's a 3rd level spell, right? You can cast it until you run out of 3rd level spells, which is a freaking lot, if I recall. I'll look at your character sheet here. Maybe I can see it. Hold on. Dibby-dibby-doo.
Negative 10,000
cast-
experience points for making him look at my character sheet.
You can cast 10 3rd level spells, so I think you've probably got room.
Yeah, no problem. I can cast fly on us multiple times if we need to.
Actually, 11. I miscalculated that.
Oh, you should make us all fly.
Yeah, I'll just cast fly on you guys. We'll head out and look for these guys from the sky, and as soon as we see them, we'll swoop down and just pelt them with arrows. What do you say?
Yeah, except when you cast fly, it's more of like pimp my mobility.
I'm like, stay fly, suckers. That's one of those.
So we're more like we're really flying now, but not like.
Yeah, you can fly at the speed of 60 feet, or 40 feet if you wear heavy armor or medium armor, or if you're carrying a medium load. You can ascend at half speed and descend at double speed, and its maneuverability is good.
Yeah, let's do it up.
Duration 1 minute per level, so I can cast it and once, and it'll give you guys 9 minutes.
I mean, since you all have ranged attacks and flying, you guys can even. I think it's safe to split up and kill these things. You're like, oh, you take the ones off to the west, you take the ones off to the east, and probably get back within 9 minutes.
Don't trust him.
Let's stay together, guys. Damn it! What is he doing? Wow. I'm glad you caught that really quickly, because for a second it sounded like a good idea. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh yeah, that seems reasonable. Will you guys go over that side? We'll go over here. Don't just.
I think it's a moderately decent plan anyway, guys. We can all see each other. We're all flying. Even if you're a little dot out in the end, and you got the helm of telepathy, so we can continue talking amongst ourselves. If someone gets in trouble, just holler. We're not stuck in a dungeon. I think we'll be okay.
Okay.
I think splitting up is okay because we're still all in the air together. Is that okay, guys?
It sounds great to me.
I'm still nervous with this plan.
You fools! Fallen right into my trap.
You guys are idiots.
All right. Next step of the campaign is land war in Asia. Let's. You guys are able to clear up these beasts quite a bit. Let's see here. I don't even know where the game is here. I have these various screens prepared. In the event that you had taken on all of the beings outside
Mm-hmm.
before learning about the mama underneath everything, I had this beautiful land where you would kill a monster. Let's bring this all up. Is our let me get a copy of this beast so we can just do a screenshot selfie. Boom. Almost. Haha! You murdered that guy with extreme prejudice. And it died. So sad. And then you had to kill another one. Over here. Oh, that's all of them? I thought I had way more than that.
We can't see what you're
Anyway,
doing, by the way.
You walk. Oh, really? Fuck. Sorry.
I was a little confused. I was like, I'm still in the church.
All right.
But-
So you were over here in this Magritte painting, killing the monster.
I love that painting. That's great.
Yeah. There you go.
And I was like, I was told High Garden was all Monet's.
Fuck this shit, man. This is garbage.
Hilarious. And then you go back to the church and you're like, cut some beef for us because we fucking just saved your asses. And they're like, oh, thank you so much. Yeah, here. Have you tried this chickpea dip? Have you ever had a chickpea in your mouth?
And Gabriel's like, he looks at the Burgermeister and he's like, you know what the difference between a chickpea? You know what the difference between a chickpea and a garbanzo bean is?
I don't want to. Just don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
He glances across the room and there is a farmer out there who's like, these are actually regional distinctions, and we do have categorizations about what the farmers are allowed to call them, but in fact there is absolutely no difference in the species of garbanzo and chickpea.
Why?
Well, you guys really know how to ruin a joke. Now you don't get the punchline.
Good.
The Burgermeister says, "You son of a bitch," but at any rate, we still appreciate you saving our town, and we have some quarters over here where they are far away from windows, and you can get some shut-eye if you want, if that's what your thing is. If you like sleeping.
Let's do that. And I pull the Burgermeister over and I say, I've never paid 20 gold to watch a garbanzo bean.
That's a good one. We're gonna leave it on that high note. Freeze frame. Roll credits. You should tell that one to Tyrion. He'll love it.
If there's no other adventuring, can we just seal up this shit in the morning during this session, Dave?
Yeah, it's.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Next time we get in, we can just seal it up and go.
Yep. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, yeah. If we want to role play a little bit of the sealing up, we can do that right now.
Yeah,
tonight's going to be pretty uneventful. People are grateful to you for doing that. So
we've
you
got to
can
plug the hole,
guys.
Got to plug that hole.
If you mention this around people in the town, they're like, "What hole? You know, what hole are you talking about? What is this?"
I thought we were being
not
very careful
mentioning it.
not to mention anything.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. I point to my ass in front of everybody.
Everyone laughs uproariously. And they're
Okay.
like, "Oh, these guys not only do they have all the best magic and spells, but they have all the best jokes." They really got me with that whole
Can I
closing
tell if my little joke kind of like got him off the trail of the
You
whole
wanna-
of me mentioning the hole accidentally?
Tell you what, you got a bluff or a diplomacy
Yeah,
score?
absolutely.
Roll whichever one you prefer.
I have a good bluff.
You think you covered that one pretty well. I mean, you could have done better. You could have done better with that slip up, covering for that slip up, but considering your audience, you're probably in the clear. Unless
All
there's
right,
some like secret mastermind in the audience here, but what would they be doing in this little turnip town?
Yeah, let's go down to that hole. Or let's go down and make sure that everything is copacetic and aqueduct before we leave this town. Sound good, gentlemen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely good. Yeah,
All right.
it's copacetic. The hole is as you left it. Doesn't seem like any new things are growing in there, so that's good.
Gabriel, can you shape the whatever you're doing here to make it kind of look like it's just a blank wall, but we can re-enter later? Just seal off the
Yeah.
room and make it look like a regular wall on both sides, on both
Well-
entrances.
I'll do that, but I'm going to start by, sealing up the hole itself.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast stone shape and move all these stones, like from what it was like loose stonework to solid, basically like 12 feet deep of concrete going down this hole and everywhere around in this room, and gesture for my friends to step back, and like get us to move out, out into the hallway, as the spell is being cast. And before I seal up the doors, just making them, look like they've been bricked up, I'll put this symbol in the ground over where the hole is, Dave.
Where am I looking for a symbol here?
Oh,
Is
I
that
put it,
2 in the pink, 1 in the stink?
Oh, thank
uh,
Is that 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink?
It is
No.
the symbol of his god, obviously.
no, that's the Dane Cook symbol, just because Gabriel's kind of a limited douchebag that would like Dane Cook.
That's
and
a
then
cool spell.
I'll make the doorways look just like more stone passageway.
Sounds good.
Yeah, Gabriel, I mean, he's not a douchebag, but he's the kind of guy that would think Dane Cooks is pretty funny.
Mm. Mm.
I can't say too. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, sure. The guy makes situational humor.
I mean, if you think screaming something makes it funnier.
I mean, I don't personally, but Gabriel thinks it's kind of funny.
Like,
Noted. Remember how the dungeon master will always use every point of your backstory against you.
Anyway, so yeah, everything's all sealed up. The the doorways in just look like more stone. Maybe there's a little sigil carved into the doorway near the foot, so we can find it again. And I'll see if I can find a picture of that.
Hold on. Dane Cook's finger gesture looks very similar to Vanilla Ice's finger gesture, I think.
It is. It's the difference between the middle finger and ring finger being apart and open. I'm not saying Dane Cook is like really original.
I think that in their respective fields, they both kind of have dug out the same, the same like yeah, in their respective fields, they're both doing the same like good work, you know.
Making white people think that they're cool.
Yeah, like the sweet and sour sauce on my pussy joke is like ninja rap, I think.
All right, this is the little symbol that I'll carve where the doorway is. The bottom one.
I don't know if I want to look at it.
It's safe. It's Wikipedia. And I'm not saying it's safe because it's Wikipedia, but I'm saying I've already clicked the link and it's already safe. It's a freaking boom stand.
It's a C stand. It's the
Sorry.
if a rifle is a Marine platoonman's basic unit of destruction, a C stand is a grip's basic unit of building stuff.
Good call. All right. It has been placed there, so all who venture this way will know.
But it's
something.
like not. It's pretty discreet.
So all who come this way and know what they're looking for will know.
So we can find it again.
All right, sounds good, gentlemen.
Pleasure.
When we meet next week, we will be off on our way to High Garden, where you will fight a dispositioned giraffe beast.
Right on.
Sweet.
All right, guys. See you.
Peace, homies.
Take care. Take care, guys. Fun times.
Yeah, it was good times, guys. I appreciate it every week.